We got the new portable AC unit we ordered. Let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box and get it set up. All right, so here's the AC unit out of the box, and it comes with everything you need to get this thing up and running. Of course, it's got the main unit. It's got the piece that connects to this piece here that goes in your window. There's the long tube that expands. This is the tube side that goes to the AC unit. Manual, the screw that it needs to lock into place on that window slider, and the remote, even a set of batteries. So everything you need to get going is here. So let's do it. Let's get this thing installed. All right, so I've got it set up. I've got it opened up a little bit so you could see it, but for the few days that we've had this so far running, it's been great. I mean, it is easily able to bring the temperature down to the temperature we want in this room because we've already got our main unit running in the house. We didn't need a huge AC unit to go from hot down to cold. We're just bringing what temperature we have in the house down colder. So let me show you some of the things that I really like about this. I haven't really found any negatives yet, so that's great. But one thing I know and I like right off the bat is it comes with a remote, but everything you can do on the remote, you can do on the unit. So if you lose the remote, which can happen, you don't really have to go buy a remote. You can still run everything you need to right off the buttons off the unit. And the other thing I really like about this is when I got it, I was like, man, that's smaller than I thought it was going to be. But that's a very big plus for me. As long as it can do what it's supposed to do, I don't need some massive unit. We do have another portable AC unit, and our son uses it in his room when it gets hot, and it's 3 times the size of this thing, and it's rated pretty close to the same. I think it's rated at like 10,000, and this one's rated at 8,500 BTUs. But this thing cools great. We've got the largest bedroom in the house, and this thing cooled it down no problem. So one of the reasons we have this here, and I'll give you a little bit on that, is our AC unit works fine in the house, but we have a corner bedroom, and when the sun is going down, it is beating on both sides of the bedroom out here because we're on an exterior section of the house. So although the AC works pretty good in the house, our thermostat's in the middle of the house. It cools down based on that thermostat. This room will start to get hot. Not real hot, but 2 to 3, noticeable degrees hotter than the rest of the house. Plus, we like it cold when we go to sleep. So this thing has been working great. So the setup was pretty easy. We just basically put that in this windowsill here. We put it in pretty easy. We put a little bit of sealer around it, which is like a little strip of foam. That did not come with the unit. So we ended up just, getting some sealant that I had from another unit and putting it around that. You don't really need it if it fits well, but we had, a couple inch gap on it, and we didn't really want to cut this piece up here to make it fit. Now, this does have this groove in it here, which works with the slide lock portion. If you see that little piece right there, that slide locks this. So if you need to use this section on your window, it actually will expand really wide and it just locks into place. So you don't have to like screw in little holes or drill any holes or anything in it. It just clamps and locks. So I like that too. It's got a dry mode. So if you want to use this as just a dehumidifier, you can actually unhook the hose and use it as just a dehumidifier. We don't really need that. We basically bought it for the air conditioning features, which I'll get into now. So you turn it on. It's actually pretty quiet. It's not really loud. And it's got a, high and low. You can press the fan button for low fan, high fan. You can set the temperature here, higher or lower when you want it to cut off. All right, so modes, it's got cool mode, fan mode, and dry mode. Fan is just fan, dry is using it as a dehumidifier, and cool mode is, using it as the AC unit. It's got a sleep timer or just the regular hour timer. So the blades on the front are manually adjustable, so you just kind of basically turn them to where you want the air blowing. We make it blow a little bit high so it cools down the warmer air that floats up. And then it comes with a hose, as you can see down here. It's in the packaging, so when you need to drain it, if you need to drain it, it has plugs in the back. Now, when it's running in cool mode, that should try to push the humidity out the vent. So while it's hot, it's going to try to push that humid air and that humid water out the vent. But it still could get to a point where it's full and it's supposed to sound a little buzzer and go into full mode so it doesn't overfill or overload with water and spill out on the floor. So it's got safety features like that to supposedly turn it off. I haven't ran into that problem yet though, because it's just been sending the water basically out the exhaust. But yeah, all in all, it's been great, and I expect it to be great. Only time will tell, but man, this thing has really cooled down this room, performed as good, if not better than I expected. So I hope this was helpful. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care.